Guys, Asher coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends with another champion guide, this time on the lovely Morrigaine, part of the Halloween fusion for 2022, I want to say. I think that's right. I didn't go for it, but I do have her now, and I'm excited to do a guide on her. First, a few shouts to you guys who keep this channel moving, keep this channel running. You're the engine, you're the oil, you're the lubricant of Raid Shadow Legends champion guide, so thank you all. Sneaky Owl, I bet you didn't expect to be called lubricant by a content creator today, did you? We got Sneaky Owl, we got Sin Raids, we got Seth Nero, excuse me. Seth Nero again, we got John L. Cook looking for some Shemnath in Morrigaine. Actually, we've done Shemnath. I want to say it's one of the first champions that we did here on the channel. Just pull Morrigaine. Congratulations. Lambrick coming through, as well as Toots Magoots looking for Morrigaine in My Girl Sill. Any ideas where I should use my Morrigaine? Let's discuss that and a whole lot more in today's video. Let's take a look at Morrigaine. So Morrigaine is an Undead Horde Magic Affinity Legendary Champion. I don't know why, but I always think she's Spirit Affinity, but she's Magic. Anyway, she looks really cool. Like, aesthetically, she definitely fits the Undead Horde motif, if you will. Look at her, man. She looks like, what is that M. Night Shyamalan movie or whatever, like The Girl in the Water? She's got a little bit of those vibes going on, you know? I like that the hair is kind of just, I don't know. I like everything about the aesthetic here of Morrigaine or Morrigaine. I'm going to call her Morrigaine. I think it's Gain, though. Anyway, on the Hunt with Hesitation A1 ability, attacks one enemy. We have a 70% chance when booked of placing the big version of decreased speed for 2 turns. I love decreased speed on A1s, especially the big version. However, nowadays, I'm being a little nitpicky here. But nowadays, I kind of want it at 100% because I feel like with power creep in this game, there's a lot of even epics that just land it kind of guaranteed on the A1. So I would love to see this at 100%, but, you know, I'm being a little nitpicky, as I said, 70% or 75 with a Sniper Mastery on that A1 ability. On Shriek of the Banshee, her A2, this is a 3-turn cooldown when booked. Books so far pretty reasonable here. What do we have? Actually, the A1, 4 books in the A1 kind of sucks. 3 on the A2, a little bit more reasonable. We have a 100% chance of stealing all buffs from one enemy. Also has a 100% chance, when booked, of placing a True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Instead, we'll place the big version of decreased accuracy if it's a boss, which is great because pretty much every boss in the game is immune to True Fear. So it's more of a PvP or a wave killer debuff. It's nice to have a decreased accuracy in there otherwise. So you take away the True Fear, and you're basically landing a decreased accuracy and stealing bust from an enemy. It's not the most powerful ability outside of the arena or waves, but for arena or waves, it's very good. I think that just the decreased accuracy and a buff steal from one enemy, again, I don't think it's amazing, but it's not awful. Anyway, her A3 is really the you know, the highlight, I want to say, of her kit. It's Velocimency? Is that a version of velocity or what? Velocimancy. Yeah, duh. Velocimancy, obviously. Everybody knows what a Velocimancy is. 100% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter of all enemies by 20%. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. Places a big version of increased speed on all allies for 2 turns. So this is kind of like a weaker version of Lyssandra's Energize ability. The difference being 10% to the turn meters, right? Which is notably quite a lot. Energize, increase speed, fill the turn meter of all allies by 30%, decrease turn meter of all enemies by 30%, not 20. On Energize, both 4-turn cooldowns. So, I mean, it's still a great ability. I'm comparing it to the best ability in the game in that regard. So I like it, right? It's a solid A3. What I really like about her is that she has a pretty competent A2 and a really solid A3. But we're not done yet, guys. We have a passive to talk about here. She Who Is Death. No cooldown on this ability. At the start of each turn, plays 100% heal reduction debuff over 2 turns on the enemy with the lowest current HP. This debuff cannot be removed, transferred, spread, or have its duration increased or decreased by enemies or allies. So it's a protected debuff, essentially. It can be resisted. It doesn't say anything about not being able to be resisted, but everything else, you can't do anything to it. You can't extend it, you can't decrease it, you can't cleanse it. I have to say, I underrated this ability at first. I don't know. I guess I was just reading her kit before I had her, right? And I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. At the start of each round, I kind of read turn, but I thought round. But every turn is pretty freaking annoying to deal with for the opponent, right? Think of in the arena. 100% heal reduction debuff on the enemy with the lowest HP, like the person you want to heal, the champion you want to heal the most, you just can't. And it happens every turn. It's really a very cool addition to her kit. I'm a big fan of She Who Is Death. And then we have speed in all battles by 19%. Notably here, she has a really good base speed, 112. Anything above 108 in this game, I would consider, top tier. Anything above 110, north of 110, we're talking a very elite class of champions out there, okay? So Morrigaine has that speed, which we definitely want to see with the speed aura as well. Would love to see a 24% in all battle speed aura, which would be tied for, 8 other champions for the best in the game for all battles aura. But again, I'm being a little nitpicky here. She's got great base stats, which really, to me, it vaults her from like an interesting champion to a super viable champion. Before we show you the build, let's see what hellhades.com has to say about this champion. They give her a total score of 4 overall rating. They give key areas, Hydra, a 4. Interesting. I hadn't really thought a lot about her in Hydra. She's got a decrease accuracy, right? Let me go back to the kit and think of her in a Hydra context. She got the turn meter, we know that, the A3, okay? So she can place increased speed on a 4-turn cooldown with a turn meter boost. And then she's got a decreased accuracy. I don't think she's a great Hydra clan boss champion. I would give her a lower score than that. If you disagree, go ahead and let me know in the comments. But, a 4-turn increased speed, that's not going to get me excited. It gets me excited in the arena. And the rest of her kit gets me excited against waves and all that good stuff. There's plenty of areas where her kit is tremendous. I just don't think Hydra is one of them personally. Doom Tower waves. See, here I would give her a 5 out of 5, right? Great control with the True Fear and the turn meter manipulation. That's what she was made for. Iron Twins, because of the decreased speed, you can see her viability there. However, there's just more consistent decreased speed landers on A1s out there. If you don't have any, of course, she'd be valuable there. Spider for turn meter for some debuffs. Fire Knight, good scores pretty much all around here, right? I don't think Fire Knight, she's okay. I agree on Dark Fae 100%. I might give her a 5 out. I actually will. I'll give her a 5 out of 5 in Dark Fae. The most important, in my opinion, Doom Tower boss in the game. And she's amazing. She has godlike turn meter control, as you can see here. And I agree. So these are the areas, guys. Arena, she gets a 4. Her win rate in bronze is a 60%, but a very small sample size at a pick rate of 0.26 in live arena. Let's go to bronze. Let's go to gold 1. 1.3% use rate, 49 win rate. Around the same all throughout gold. The higher you go up, you just don't see her. She's definitely not an arena meta champion, but that does not mean she's not capable in the arena. I actually was surprised and impressed with her in the arena, okay? So don't judge too harshly on those gradings. Let me go ahead and show you how I built her. I think, sometimes with these guides, guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I don't edit these videos, so they're a little bit more rambly than you might be used to if you're coming from the Raid channel. But with Morrigaine, I really think triple perception. Sometimes what I was trying to say there is sometimes I like to go a little bit unorthodox on these builds and show you some really cool sets that you can get utility from. But with her, I think triple perception is the way to go. 9 times out of 10 personally. You know, you could run her in like a stone skin, you know, help protect her to make sure in case she doesn't go first, or something like that. But I think that perception, I mean, we want a lot of accuracy and we want a lot of speed. Those are our 2 most important stats when building this champion. Perception has them both. It's a reason that perception is arguably considered to be the best set in the game. And it's for champions like Morrigaine, champions like Mithrala, right? Champions that we want fast and accuracy. So to that extent, we do have a lot of speed, 296, and a lot of accuracy, 575. We want her to go first or second. We'll be showing her going second in today's video. First in PvE, second in PvP. We want her to be able to take a hit. We actually have quite a bit of defense here. Probably not quite enough of HP. I'd be aiming at, like, for endgame, 60k HP, 4,000 defense, but there's no hard and fast rule of any stats that you need to have. Most importantly, like I said, though, accuracy, speed, right? To that extent, we do have accuracy on the banner and on the chest, okay? Use a perception accuracy chest piece, used an accuracy banner, and then I went probably defense percentage, it looks like here, indeed, on the gauntlets. You can go HP percentage or defense percentage. Either will work. They both scale pretty good, pretty well on her, right? Almost 20k HP and almost 1200 defense. They're around the same scalability, those numbers, right? So we want kind of a little bit of both. We have defense on the ring. We have defense on the amulet. We have accuracy, as I said, on the banner. We have speed on the boots. And again, accuracy on the chest. We went with polymorph for a blessing. I think polymorph's the way to go. Of course, you could run her as a temporal chains champion as well. You could also go with intimidating presence. Those would be my top 3 choices. For blessings on Morrigaine, I figured we could do masteries together, guys. We're going to go support. We're going to go defense. You could go offense. You could end with War Master for longer battles. If you are using her in Hydra Clan Boss, I'd probably go War Master. In every other situation, I wouldn't go offense. And I already told you how I feel about her in Hydra. Of course, some of you guys are going to be like, yeah, but decreased accuracy is great for Hydra. Ash, you're wrong. I'm thinking more of like mid to end game Hydra, where frankly, like even a Geomancer who has an AoE decreased accuracy, I'd rather him in Hydra specifically. So we're going to go with the accuracy masteries. Most importantly, we're going to make sure we pick up Lore of Steel because we have 3 basic sets that will synergize with Lore of Steel. What was she at? 296 speed? With Lore of Steel, she bumps up to 299. It might not sound like a lot, and then the accuracy pushes over 600 as well, right? So that's pretty dang good. Lore of Steel is incredibly valuable. Let's go with Master Hexer's not going to extend the true fear. It will extend the decreased accuracy and the decreased speed, so I am going to pick it up. I think I'm also going to pick... I'm also going to pick up Sniper, bring that decreased speed on the A1 up to a 75% land rate, and then I'm actually going to go tier 6 with... I think you can go Eagle Eye, or you could go with Timely Intervention. Increases champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally hero drops below 25%. This is kind of a fail-safe situation, right? If you want her to... You're going to be using her on a go-first team. But either in PvE content, if you need some quick control, you need to basically get her turn so she can use her A3 ability as quickly as possible, or land True Fear on the enemies because somebody's in danger of dying. This is going to help her get to that ability a little bit faster. However, that being said, I think I'm just going to go for extra accuracy with Eagle Eye. On the defensive side of things, we'll go with some resistance. We'll go with improved parry. Nothing wrong with going tough skin and blast proof as well. Whatever you value the most. Increased amount of healing and shield this champion receives. We're going to go down to Resurgent. We're going to go down to Delay Death. And then we might as well go ahead and pick up Harvest of Despair because she can place a leech along with her fears, right? So let's go with Harvest Despair. And then I think I'm going to go Retribution to get some counterattacks, land some more decreased speeds on the A1. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and pick up Arcane Celerity, a turn meter boost when a debuff is removed or expires. So those are the matches that we're going to go with for Morrigaine. Let's go ahead and run her in some battles. So new stats here. We were able to get her accuracy through Masteries all the way up to 653 with 299, 1 speed away from 300. So let's go ahead and jump into Doom Tower really quickly first. So I saw this Secret Room 6 right now on Doom Tower Hard is Magic Support Champions only. So we chose Tila and Kreela. We chose Morrigaine. And then we have Tagore and Ugo, our debuffer. I guess I could run like a Crypt King Growl to speed things up, but either way, you'll see what she does here, right? So she actually goes in with the A3. We get the, the increased speed on our allies. We get the turn meter reduction on all enemies. Now she's going to come in on her next turn, and actually, did she already go? Yeah, she already did. Wow, she's pretty fast. She cycled while I was rambling, right? But either way, you can see how she's already kind of in the driver's seat on this team, right? Setting the tempo, setting the pace, controlling the enemies, both with the A3 and then with the True Fear on the A2. True Fear is really good. You know, it's not as good as a stun, for example, because it's a 50-50 shot at losing the turn. But I do think it's a really nice ability because, it puts it on cooldown if you do indeed proc it. I think once they buff Fortis, could be very interesting to run him with a champion like Morrigaine because he has a passive that increases the chance of True Fear and Fear of failing the skill by 15 additional percent. So it can bump it up to a 65% chance of failing, and then we're really talking. I would love to see them do that with more champions, on Fear and True Fear. Because I feel like at 50%, it just puts it a little bit too far behind stun. And, to some extent, freezes and sleep, I guess. Not really. But you guys get the point. Anyway, we're making pretty quick work here of this secret room. She goes right in there with the A1, leads things off. I like that both of her cooldown. Her A2 cooldown is 3 turns. I feel like that's a pretty powerful one. You can see the heal reduction right there as well. Heal reduction will be notably even better once we go into the arena in just a moment here. But you guys can see, very effective control champion on your team. I don't think she's better than Lysandra because Lysandra's A3 and arguably your A2 is a bit more effective. At least it's more synergistic, I want to say. That being said, I don't think she's that far off. She's quite a bit different, Again, that protected, if you will, heal reduction is really sneaky good every turn that she takes, right? So you guys saw she's obviously not going to be putting out any damage, or nothing she does is going to show up on the stat sheet. So there's nothing really to look at there. But I mean, you saw her in action, right? I mean, she was definitely that engine that ran a team like that. All right, guys, so here we are in the arena. I just have a go first team, basically. A Sun Wukong, a Rhonda, a Morrigaine, and an Arbiter. Similar to how you would run a team with an Arbiter and a Lysandra, it's the same idea, right? You're really going to see how much she shines here, by the way. You can see the lowest HP. It's kind of valuable. You get to actually understand who has the lowest HP on the team, right? By who it goes to, in the beginning at least. And it's really just not, you're going to see the value of this passive throughout these battles. I guarantee it. I mean, so far, so good. We'll go in with a Rhonda nukage here, and it's already basically over. And we really didn't get to showcase how amazing she is. That's that A2. That A2 is powerful in the arena. Very powerful. We're stealing all the buffs from somebody, and then we're coming in and debuffing them at the same time. This team is running Nogdar, man. My fave. My fave. So here we go. Turn meter boost. We're going to do so we can try to steal either the block damage or the stone skin. Let's try to steal the stone skin away from, we don't get it. Let's try to steal it here. We get it that time. We get the stone skin and the block damage. Sun Wukong is like, this is how we operate here, man. They can't revive Nogdar because he's not the only one dead. So we get to choose, obviously. Do we want to open up with the A2? Do we want to open up with the A3? Either way, we've got a very powerful ability. This is why, as I told you guys at the beginning of the video, this is why, for me, I was really impressed with her in the arena. Especially against Go Second teams. If you build her fast enough, you can get that heal reduction up against almost everybody. Is there a Marichka team here? Like a really good heal? Here's one right here. So they're running a Marichka and a Taurus. Hopefully they don't go first. Let's see. If they go first, then we're kind of screwed no matter what, because Warlord resets us. +4 Warlord on the other team. But we go. Let's go in. Hopefully she doesn't lose her turn here. She doesn't. Let's come in here. There's no buffs to really steal. Yeah. Let's try to turn Warlord into a sheep. And then we can come in and we can block passive skills on Marichka, or we can just kill her. That's one way to go to. We can revive Rhonda. We can come in here and just A2 there. We can come in with her A2. Who do you want to steal the buffs from? I'm a little worried we may not have enough accuracy to steal them from Sify, but I'm actually going to try. I want to take down, well, I'm actually very worried about Taurus. Let's go in Taurus. First, we steal everything, then we place True Fear. So the beautiful thing about this, now that you're seeing it, guys, is we're also stealing the block debuff. So we're removing the block debuffs, and he lost his turn there. Otherwise, he would have killed us with constant pressure. So you guys see already, oops, I shouldn't have attacked Marichka there. But hey, we killed her thanks to Rhonda. That was cool. This is actually really working out for us here. Rhonda, finish them. All right. I'm really happy with this battle so far. Now we stun him, so again, we don't have to worry about constant pressure for one more turn. The revival's not up on Sify. We can hopefully land a decreased speed on Sify, which we do. This is actually going incredibly well here, guys. I just assumed this team would probably beat me, but let's see. Let's go A2, get some surplus damage, and I think we're going to win this one, guys. And again, I mean, very instrumental to that. I think the power of the A2 was on full display there in that last battle, right, guys? It's not intuitive necessarily from reading the skill at first glance, but the power of going in there, like Turvold, for example, we can remove those buffs or steal those buffs and then True Fear everybody. Now we can, I mean, I guess we'll go after. See, the lowest HP on the team isn't Turvold, it's Cardial. That's going to change the way I approach this battle. Obviously, they have 2 cleansers on the team, so we have to be cognizant of that as well. But let's go after the lowest HP. He's the one we're most likely to kill. I would never have thought in a million years that someone would have a Turvold with more HP than a Cardial. But that was the case, and we're able to come away with a victory. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this this guide on Morrigaine. I think she's a really cool champion, especially in the arena. I'm very impressed with her kit. I feel like hopefully I did a good job articulating it towards the end there, but I feel like she's really, really underrated in the arena. Very good, underutilized as well, especially that A2, the passive, everything. Anyway, guys, keep the champion guide. Requests coming in the comments below. Thank you for watching till the end, and as always, take care, guys.